guys, got a good one for you today. I have Treb all the way from Oklahoma with two badass cars behind me. Pretty much one of the best GM cars built and one of the baddest Fords built. We have both 2019 platforms. He came to us, this one completely stock. Obviously that one you see was a Super Snake, already was whippled as you bought it, right? Yeah. So we baselined both of them, and believe it or not guys, very similar build, so it's a very good comparison. This one baselined, I think 628 rear wheel horsepower. Yeah. That one was roughly 620 rear wheel horsepower, right? 610, something like that. Stock for stock, we'll call it, right? Well, we ended up with, this one's 93 octane, that one is E85. And at the end of the day, we had 850 rear wheel horsepower, 807 torque. That one, 890 rear wheel horsepower, but not as much torque. Obviously, it's a higher revving motor. Two completely different engines, but cool to see the different graphs and how these things drive. How were they stock before? Which one did you like?
This one's sentimental. This was my dad's. Always will hold up near and dear to my heart. But I'm
you more of a GM guy, or
I'm a diehard
just whatever?
that guy,
because he showed up in a TRX too, so he's got one of everything.
I've got a few cars, but yeah, that's my favorite.
It does drive. So he has the 18-inch. We actually shipped him our 18-inch bead locks with the Mickey Thompson already on it. I can tell he's been having fun because when he brought it to us, the tires were already bald. So you'll see later in this video of me trying to have fun in this car and keeping my hands full and keeping it in between two lanes. But let me show you a little bit about what we did to both of them. I already opened it. All right, so this one already comes modified from Shelby, from Ford, with a Whipple on it, and essentially just a Whipple base tune file in it. And like I previously stated, I don't even know what they rate these things at the factory or whatever they go for, but it was a solid, it was 615 or 620 rear wheel horsepower with 93 octane in it, just like it came off the showroom floor. Obviously, Treb said, I want more horsepower, like he does with all of his cars. So take the supercharger, we want to turn the boost up, right? So in order to do that, we have to have the fuel system to support it. So we did 3 pumps in the tank, complete 4 fuel system, bigger injectors, and then instead of 93 octane, we put it on E85. So he has the fuel system to support 1,500, 2,000 horsepower if he wants to. We go overkill with the fuel system. That way he can run straight E85 without having to run any meth or anything like that. And this car drives like a stock car. It'll drive just like it did previously when he had it. The main difference will obviously be the horsepower and the torque we picked up, but we also added long tube headers with high flow cats, and it did wake up the sound quite a bit. This thing is, in my opinion, pretty dang loud for what she is. But again, all in all, I drove it. I wish we had better tires on the back of this thing. We went ahead and ordered some for him, and we plan to ship them to him. But when I test drove it, which you will see later in this video, I was skating around with these factory, what are they, Michelins on these things. So yeah, it was definitely had my hands full, but I had to wait for higher speeds to go all the way into it. So 19 ZR1, in my opinion, one of the best cars GM has ever built. My favorite car to build. And he does use it. I can tell just from the brakes, Treb, geez, the brakes were worn out a little bit. Tires are worn out. I mean, golly. But we did it, had a blast. Let me show you. So this one, we went ahead and did our 1,000 horsepower package, which is our most common package for you guys out there that want to keep the car on 93 octane without having to switch back and forth fuels and change different tune files and so forth. So it is a big 5-inch cold air intake, our custom grind cam package, as always, American Racing headers, X-pipe high flow cats, plugs and wires, and obviously we turn the boost up. So boost level on this one is around 16, 17 pounds. Boost level on the Ford is around 14 pounds. So believe it or not, this one is actually making more boost than the Ford. And the Ford made more power, but that's what the E85 does versus 93 octane. The E85 is a colder burn, so makes more horsepower and it likes more timing. So if we put this car on E85, this one would make over 900 rear wheel horsepower. But I got to drive both of these things today. And again, this one came to us. It does have the nice drag radials on it, which normally dead hooks and goes, even second gear with this package on it. The last 19 ZR1 we did with this package with the better weather. Went like a 4.9, 60 to 130. I tried second gear in this thing. You'll see in the video. I had traction control on at first, and the car just, it felt super unstable. So I didn't like it. So I finally said, screw it. I turned traction control off. I let it eat in second gear, and you'll just have to wait and keep watching this video to find out how it turned out. But all in all, both cars finished up. He's getting ready to drive them all the way back to Oklahoma. Nasty 6-cylinder Ford driving by. But yeah, stay tuned for this action shots we got coming your way. Mazda, 851 rear wheel horsepower, 807 rear wheel torque. Again, these 2650s are super efficient. The way that we build this package, the 1000 horsepower package is the package to go for your 19 ZR1. If you're just a weekend warrior and you want to play every so often, to be able to put 93 octane in it, and with a fuel additive when you're racing it to make that kind of power conservatively. And again, that's just for safety. Perfect, perfect. So she's done. He's actually getting ready to come in town. I think he's gonna be driving both these things home, so it'll be interesting. Yeah, we do Fords. That's right. Only fast ones. 1000 horsepower package with the 18-inch bead locks on it. The tires are really worn out. He uses this car a lot, so I'm gonna try to be careful. It's kind of sketchy on these tires. Alright, so yeah, I've been out playing this thing, driving it for a little while now. The tires made me nervous, so I had traction control on, and then I tried a few of the other modes, and I didn't like the way it felt, so I finally just said screw it and turned traction control off, and she hauls ass. But like I said before, these tires are kind of bald, so even though they're drag radials, it spins really bad, but at least it felt more comfortable. I was spinning at least straight. You know, with traction control coming on and off, with the sidewall so tall in the back, it's like a slick. It makes it want to side to side, and I just did not feel comfortable in it. So I'm gonna try it one more time. I mean, it's really hot. I've been driving it, making little blasts. But I'm gonna do a second gear pull, and it should spin, but let's see if it'll shift by itself and just see if I can keep it in one lane. Yeah, I wish I had a GoPro behind us. That thing was probably leaving black marks all the way through second, third, and then into fourth gear. This thing ripped. So again, just need to put a new set of tires on this thing with traction control off. This thing will be insane. So much fun to drive. Holy crap. I'm gonna pull over and save that log, and I don't know if I'll do that again. We'll probably just get it back to the shop and get it cleaned up and get this thing ready to ship off. But definitely, that's why tires are such a big key on these high horsepower builds. You gotta have the right tires to be able to enjoy your car. And I mean, that was fun as hell, but a new set of tires that would dead hook, and you know, it went straight, but it'd be a lot more comfortable with a new set of tires on it. That was awesome. 2019 Shelby Super Snake came to us already with the Whipple on it. I think it baselined roughly 620 rear wheel horsepower on 93 octane. We upgraded the fuel system, larger injectors, tuned the boost up, and I think we finished off right around 890 rear wheel horsepower is where we kept it. And it is still a stock engine. Didn't want to go too crazy with it yet, which 890 rear wheel horsepower is kind of crazy, especially on the tires that we're on right now. So I'm just out for a test drive, make sure it just drives good, no exhaust rattles. Oh, we did put headers on it as well, so it is a lot louder than it was when it first came in. Just want to make sure she drives good, no exhaust rattles. And on these tires, it's going to be hard to get any like 60 to 130 times out of it. So I might just roll into it in one of the gears just to check air fuel at the top of like third or fourth gear, but I won't be able to make crazy pulls in this thing like I normally would. I think he has an extra set of wheels and tires at his house, or I think actually we ordered them for him. I'm sorry, we ordered the bead lock, our LMR bead lock. I think we did an 18 or a 19, I forget, with wheels and tires, and we're just shipping it to him because they're not going to be done in time, and he wants his car back. So again, I'm just test driving literally on, I think it's just a regular Michelin street tire, so traction even 100 miles an hour will be hard, but let's roll into it and just see what we can do. Obviously didn't go anywhere. It's pulling out so much timing just to get it to try to hook up, even fourth gear, and then finally I think it spun so bad I barely tapped the rev limiter, and fourth and fifth gear felt good, and sixth gear, but yeah, it's kind of hard to use this much horsepower and torque with these radials on it. So, but you Ford guys out there interested in a package, hit us up. This car seriously drives like a stock car. You know, all the GM cars that we do, everyone wants the camshafts in them because they sound so good. This thing still idles and drives like stock. You wouldn't even know anything's done to it until you roll into it or you race against somebody. Yeah, looking at the data, the throttle pretty much stays closed until about 78 miles an hour, and it's pulling timing probably a little over 80 miles an hour, and finally kind of hooked up and went, but it's still pulling timing, I can tell. All right guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Would like to turn it over to him. He has multiple vehicles, right?
Yeah.
So when you get home and have fun with these things and want more, what's next?
I'll be bringing the Shelby GT500 down for you guys.
What year is this one?
22 track pack.
So 22 GT500 will probably do something around 1,000 rear wheel horsepower-ish
yeah.
plus. So port the blower and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Wait, I have to jump in. He said something about twin turbos earlier.
Yeah.
What that?
Yeah, if we can't get the Whipple that I want, I'd kind of like to lean towards the twin turbo on it.
Might have to do that. I'm down. I'm totally down for that. Turbos are super efficient.
Yeah.
And set up like that, we can do a compound boost, or we do a sheet metal or billet intake, and turbos only, and turn that baby up, baby.
I just like the twin turbo idea, and like I said, I want you guys' other build that's coming.
Got you.
So I'll be back.
I got you. I got you. Well, I appreciate it.
Thank you, man. I love what you guys did with it. You guys are awesome. Heard about you on Instagram. I will tag you guys on everything I got. So.
Awesome. So that is where you heard Instagram?
Yeah,
I was like,
Instagram.
Wow.
Well,
It's cool. I like hearing where people hear about us. So those of you out there watching, comment. Is it just YouTube that you see us on, or other social platforms?
I found you guys because my buddy lives in Houston. He told me he has a vet also. He told me to hit you guys up on there, and I looked at you guys build one up, and I knew I was bringing it to the right place. So.
Awesome. Yeah, you're gonna love both of them. They're both.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Again, put new tires on both of them, and then go have fun.
I will, man. I will.
Awesome. I appreciate everything.
Thank you, man. Thank you, guys.
Yes, sir. Be safe driving back.
Will do.
Later, guys.